In a forgotten medieval village surrounded by endless dark forests and distant mountains lived a poor orphan boy named David. His long blonde hair moved with the wind, and his blue eyes carried both sadness and determination. David spent his days working for villagers, carrying wood and repairing tools, but poverty followed him everywhere he went. Despite hunger and hardship, David dreamed of a different life beyond the forest and mountains. One cold evening, while walking near the forest, David heard a deep and mysterious wolf howl echoing through the trees. Curious and brave, he followed the sound into the dark forest. Deep among the ancient trees, David discovered a majestic white wolf trapped in a cruel iron hunter's trap. Instead of fear, David felt compassion and carefully opened the trap to free the wounded wolf. The great white wolf slowly stood up and looked at David with glowing blue eyes, as if recognizing something special within him. From that moment, the wolf chose to follow David like a silent guardian. Together, they walked deeper into the ancient forest, where sunlight barely touched the ground. The forest was full of strange sounds and hidden dangers, but the white wolf guided David safely through the shadows. After many hours, they discovered ancient ruins hidden beneath vines and moss. Inside the ruins, David noticed mysterious symbols carved into the old stones. Suddenly, the white wolf growled softly, sensing danger nearby. A group of bandits appeared from the forest, surrounding David. Before the bandits could attack, the white wolf leaped forward with powerful speed. The bandits fled in fear after seeing the strength of the mystical creature. David realized that his journey with the white wolf had only just begun. Together, they left the forest and began traveling toward distant lands. After days of travel, they saw a great city with tall stone walls and golden towers rising in the distance. Inside the city, David discovered that the people were suffering under the rule of a cruel lord. David secretly began helping the poor by sharing food and protecting them from the Lord's soldiers. Soon, whispers spread through the streets about a mysterious young hero and his magical white wolf. The cruel lord heard these rumors and ordered his soldiers to capture the young stranger. One night, soldiers surrounded David in a narrow street. The white wolf roared fiercely and jumped toward the soldiers to protect its friend. David fought bravely beside the wolf until the soldiers finally retreated. The people of the city began to see David as their protector. Yet David knew the true battle had not yet begun. Determined to end the tyranny, David decided to confront the cruel lord. While searching near the castle, David discovered a hidden entrance leading to secret tunnels beneath the fortress. The tunnels were dark and ancient, filled with silence and forgotten history. Deep inside the underground passage, David found a hidden chamber overflowing with gold and precious jewels. But guarding the treasure was a terrifying creature, born from darkness. The white wolf fearlessly attacked the monster while David joined the fight. After a fierce battle, they defeated the creature and claimed the ancient treasure. With the treasure, David began helping the poor people across the kingdom. Villages that once suffered from hunger slowly began to prosper again. The people started believing that destiny had chosen David to save them. When the cruel lord heard of David's growing influence, he gathered his strongest army. David prepared himself and the white wolf for the final battle. At dawn, the battlefield echoed with the clash of steel and thunder of war. The white wolf fought like a spirit of the forest, protecting David from every danger. At last, David faced the cruel Lord in a final duel. After a fierce and exhausting fight, David defeated the tyrant and ended his rule. The people of the kingdom celebrated their freedom and hailed David as a hero. Using the treasure wisely, David helped rebuild the city and restore peace. The poor were fed, the streets were safe, and hope returned to the land. David became respected across many kingdoms for his courage and kindness. Yet despite his wealth and fame, David never forgot the days when he was a hungry orphan. Often he would walk beside the white wolf through the forests where their journey began. And so, the legend of the orphan boy with long blonde hair and the majestic white wolf spread across the kingdoms. For generations, people told the story of how courage, loyalty, and compassion turned a poor orphan into a hero whose name would never be forgotten.